for those of you considering or just starting your homeschooling journey. Let's talk about something super important: how to make that transition as smooth and stress-free as possible. It can feel like a big leap, but with a little planning and a shift in mindset, you can set yourself and your kids up for success. And here are 5 tips to help you transition well. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you so much for joining me today. Look, I remember when we first decided to homeschool. I was so excited, but also a little overwhelmed. That's the perfectionist in me. All those questions. Where do you begin? But over time, even though I started homeschooling right from the start, I have learned a few key things from working with families that have started homeschooling older children that can really help ease that transition. Decompress and Deschool. If you are making that switch from sending your child to school to homeschool, you do need to decompress. You need to deschool. It means shake off all the school stuff, as it were. When we're in a traditional school setting, you need to adjust because school has its rhythm and its expectations. And jumping straight into a home learning environment, can often lead to burnout and resistance in learning. What you really need is a period of unwinding and exploring interests without pressure. You want your children to rediscover the joy of learning and not be worried about tests and grades. Let them lead the way. Read together and visit the library, play games. This downtime is vital for everyone because you're going to be adjusting to a new dynamic. For how long? It really depends on your family, but I would say give it at least a few weeks, maybe even a month, especially after a long school year. I have looked into deschooling and why, because at first it's like to deschool. Look, here are some great information for you on what it really is to deschool. Start small and simple. You don't need to replicate a full school day right away, if at all. Just begin with 1 or 2 subjects that you feel comfortable with, and then focus on incorporating learning into your everyday routines. You want to build that momentum without feeling overwhelmed. You don't want to try and do everything at once. You can gradually add more structure, more subjects as you get more comfortable. Establish a flexible routine. You don't want a rigid schedule. You want a flexible routine. Some structure can be helpful, yes, especially with our younger learners. But remember that one of the beauties of homeschooling is the flexibility that it offers. We don't want to be saying this subject at this time for this long, but maybe having a morning learning block where this is where you do math and language arts and whatever. And maybe it's the afternoon because it depends on your child's energy levels as well. And you want to, have breaks, opportunities for play. A routine provides a gentle framework, and that way you're not going to have this pressure of sticking to a minute-by-minute schedule. Connect with the homeschool community. You are not alone in this journey. Finding other homeschooling families can provide such great support and friendship for both you and your kids. So look for local homeschool groups online, in your area. Go to park days, go to co-ops, because from here, you can really be learning from those who are further along in their journey. And this is super helpful, especially during your initial transition. Are any of these points resonating with you? If they are, you know what? Let's like this video and share it with a friend. Be patient and flexible with yourself. There will be good days and there will be challenging days. Oh, sometimes things will not go according to plan, and that's perfectly normal. So be patient and flexible with yourself. Remember why you chose to homeschool in the first place, and focus on the connection with your children and this joy that you get to learn together. I encourage you to not compare your journey to anyone else's, and to not be afraid to just adjust your approach as you go along, because homeschooling is a learning process for everyone involved. The transition to homeschooling, yes, it's unique for every family, but by taking it slow, being kind to ourselves, and really focusing on building a positive environment, you can create a wonderful and enriching homeschool experience for your children. Thank you so much for watching today and for being part of this learning life. If you want to help get these videos out there, you can do that by becoming a champion. So check that out at patreon.com or at my website, LearningThis.Life.